Welcome to another episode of Gonzaga Nation SI. I'm your host, Dan Dickow, where today's we bring you a conversation every single week with a current Kennel Club member, get their experience about what made Gonzaga the place for them, maybe share a little bit about their experiences being a part of the great Kennel Club. Today's guest, Austin Versteeg. Austin, thanks for joining. How is life as a Zag today?
Thanks for having me. I don't think you can ever complain about life as a Zag, and if you do, it really isn't too bad. So I can't complain and happy to be here.
Well, glad to have you on board. We've already had a couple episodes where we've talked to Macy Gray, the Kennel Club current president, as well as Adam Mazurek. I always am interested in hearing what made Gonzaga the place for particular students. What was it for you that brought you to Spokane and Gonzaga?
I think the ability to really get hands-on experience here at Gonzaga in whatever field coming into college, whatever field I decided I wanted to go to was a huge sell for me. Along with that, just the ability to get access to professors and access to knowledge so easily was a huge sell for me. And then I toured the school right at the beginning of fall and fell in love with the place. It reminded me a lot of home in Salt Lake City, kind of a smaller version of Salt Lake City. So fell in love with the atmosphere, fell in love with the people here, fell in love with the culture, and here I am, year 4 as a senior.
You're active in the Kennel Club. You've been active in the Kennel Club ever since you stepped foot on campus. What makes the Kennel Club such a unique student section? I've had a chance to call games all across the country, and they're one of, if not the best student sections in the country.
I think the advantage of our campus is almost like the perfect size. I want to say the intimacy that you get at Gonzaga with going and experiencing, whether that's games, clubs, classes with your fellow peers here on campus, really just increases the culture in general. And then it's always easy to get behind, a team that's doing well on campus, and the culture here at GU is just, everyone understands that, we have a passion here for basketball, but also just a passion for really experiencing cool moments with your peers, and the ability to have those intimate connections on a small / medium-sized campus like this, I think just really enhances the experience inside the kennel and allows us to really make it crazy in there.
Last week must have been an interesting week for you. You're from Salt Lake City, Utah, just down the road from Provo, where BYU is. They put a absolute hurting on the Cougars. I believe it was 110-84. Gonzaga is now ranked number 1 in the country again. What was it like in the kennel on Thursday night? Because that was as good of game as they've played in recent memory.
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up in Salt Lake City, so I was actually a University of Utah fan. So BYU's always been a rival for me, I guess, since growing up, whether that was in football or basketball. And then I came to GU, and it just so happens that rivalry followed here. So it was awesome to see. What a performance. I looked back at a game at the very beginning of the year, and just to see how stuff is picking up is so cool to watch the team, and so exciting to get behind. And it's really cool to just watch the development of the team. And then also so exciting to be a part of and be back in that historic arena.
With Gonzaga being ranked number 1, there's another big matchup this week against USF, San Francisco. They're kind of an upstart this year. They were knocking on the door of the top 25, and then they got beat by BYU. Anything special prepared for that game with the Kennel Club this week?
Not right now. I think we got some cool plans coming out, and it may be released today on how we're going to be able to bounce off the Gonzaga women's basketball game with the men's basketball game. As you know, San Fran got rescheduled, so it kind of threw us a little bit of a curveball. But I know I'm personally excited for the San Francisco game. I remember my freshman year and sophomore year, San Francisco really gave us a run for their money when we were away there. My freshman year, they had Frankie Ferrari, who was always a treat to have in the kennel, and he was awesome. He chirped back at the students, and it was really fun to have him there. So San Fran's always been a really fun and exciting game. And, this one's looking like it's not going to be any different.
Hey, you throw the name Frankie Ferrari out there. So you're a Kennel Club member who is following the game, getting into it to know the game, not just to be a part of the experience, which is perfectly fine and fun in its own right. But Frankie Ferrari having a nice year this year in the G League. Last question before I let you go, Austin. It's looking like Gonzaga is primed and ready to challenge for a national title. But I know the WCC tournament in Vegas is always a big opportunity for the Kennel Club to really kind of, have a big party. What are the plans looking like for Vegas that first week or so of March?
So far, plans are all good. We're doing really well. We sold out on the rooms at the Mirage this year in a record amount of time. So we sold out our rooms in less than 24 hours, which is insane. We were able to add rooms. So those rooms are starting to fill up for remaining students who are going. Last I checked, I think we had 350 kids going from the school. And I know that number's increased since then. So we're looking forward to hopefully being down in Vegas. Everything's going to plan. So we just got to keep chugging along, and hopefully we'll be able to bring it back, because that is such a fun experience down in Vegas. And I remember my first ever Gonzaga loss I ever saw was in Vegas my freshman year against St. Mary's, which was foreign to me at the time, but I can't really complain. We're a little bit spoiled here at GU.
Yeah, one loss a year is kind of what it's equated for some of the current students in the Kennel Club. It must be difficult to take, and being in Vegas, I guess you've got different ways that you can kind of relax after a win or a loss. So Austin, I appreciate the time. Looking forward to seeing how lively the Kennel Club is, not just against San Francisco this week, but to finish out the regular season. So thanks again for joining.
Thanks for letting me join, Dan. I can't wait to see you at the games, and go Zags as always.